first in a series of 3 live streams for the full moon in Capricorn. That's going to be with us on July 13th, 2022 at 2:38 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Our full moons are very powerful things. And, the full moon in Capricorn always comes with a kick these days. It has been for a long time, guys, because, let me adjust this just a little bit. Sorry about that. Just want to get my dragons. My little red dragon. I want to get my dragon in the shot. Here he is. That's better. All right, so the big reason that the full moons, or just when the moon is in Capricorn for the last, gosh, how many years? Almost 13 years. Yeah, because Pluto being in Capricorn really brings an extra oomph to the time when the moon is in this sign. As you can see, here is the chart that we are working from for the Capricorn full moon. And there we go. Full moon in Capricorn, 21 degrees, will be conjunct with Pluto at 27 degrees of Capricorn. So this is why that we are having so much intensity whenever the full moon or the moon in Capricorn rolls around for quite a number of years now. It's, not only is, the moon in Capricorn really going to expose a lot of shadow side, a lot of shadow work. And the reason for that is because, in a lot of ways, the moon in Capricorn is the shadow of where the moon is happiest, which is in the sign of Cancer. Cancer is the opposite sign to Capricorn. So when the moon is in Capricorn, we are really kind of dealing with that shadow side of those lunar qualities. And so a lot of things come up to the surface. And I would say that as it is in conjunction with Pluto, every time it comes back to that sign of Capricorn, we're certainly experiencing a lot of those Plutonian effects, which are very Scorpio-like, transformation, death and rebirth, a lot of in-depth psychological discoveries and reveals. This past week for me personally has been extremely intense. It's been very, very rough, guys. And I don't doubt it has been for a lot of y'all out there too. I don't doubt it at all. It almost seems to be, it's almost like there's something going on. There really is. And I kind of feel like, full moon in Capricorn, we're bringing a lot up. And at the same time, of course, the sun being in the sign of Cancer is the subconscious energy. So we're dealing with a lot of both of those things. A lot of secrets revealed, a lot of truth being uncovered. That's really how it feels. So tonight we're going to be doing the cardinal signs. Hey there, Gwen. Hey, Heather. Good to see you guys. So tonight we're going to do the cardinal signs. I'm going to break these down by the modality. And all signs have a modality. There are 3 different modalities: cardinal, mutable, and fixed, okay? So tonight we're doing our cardinal signs. Those are going to be Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn. And cardinal signs tend to be the leadership signs of the zodiac. They get up and go. They get things going and moving. They would prefer to lead rather than follow most of the time. I would say that our cardinal signs, if you want them to follow you, you have to be a damn good leader, because they're not going to follow just anybody, okay? They are leadership signs. That's why many times, like Aries and Capricorn are considered a challenging association. Capricorn and Libra are considered a challenging association. Capricorn and Cancer, while they have a lot in common, of course, it is that opposition dance. This is why, because they're all cardinal. They all tend to like to lead, and sometimes that can get into leadership disputes, right? I would also say that this Plutonian energy, Pluto being in Capricorn, and the Capricorn full moons, or anytime the moon is in a cardinal sign, is going to affect our cardinal signs the most. That's why I decided to start with the cardinal signs first. Not only is the sun and moon in a cardinal sign for this particular transit, but I do feel that our cardinal signs have been the most impacted from the pressure and the push and pull and the square challenge of a lot of what we have experienced, especially over the last 4 to 5 years, as we had, Saturn in Capricorn, Pluto in Capricorn. We experienced Jupiter in Capricorn about 3 years ago. Now it's in Aries, another cardinal sign. So there's a lot of pressure on our cardinal folks. So the more signs that you have in your personal chart that are in Aries, Cancer, Libra, or Capricorn placements, the more pressure that you have felt. the more inner tension, the more pressure from outside sources, and it's been a lot. So give yourself a breath out, guys, because this has been intense for us. Now, all signs are feeling this stuff, right? They're all feeling it. The cardinal signs are just feeling it a little bit more. So whatever areas of your chart or whatever planets you have in cardinal areas, those are going to be the places you feel and have felt the most of this intensity. Really good to see my folks, Yuyi, Marie, Gwen, hey there, Sharon, Miss Strawberry, and of course Heather. I love to see you guys in here. Thank you so much for all of your support through the last couple days. This last week, it's been never a dull moment. Yes. I have a funny story, but I'll tell you that after the readings. So the July full moon, I have my list of the full moons here. I always look at these to get, to check myself. So the July full moon is the buck moon or the thunder moon. All full moons have a name or names. The full moon for the month of July is called the buck moon to signify the new antlers that emerge on the deer buck's foreheads around this time. So it's an interesting energy too when you get into our animal spirits, because the antlers are such a symbology of the crown, right? And leadership. That's an interesting thing that comes out about that. This full moon is also known as the thunder moon or the hay moon from Old English Anglo-Saxon. So both our Celtic traditions and our American indigenous traditions, it's either the buck moon for the deer having its antlers come into fuller form, and it's also the thunder moon. We have had a lot of thunder. There's no doubt. We've had a lot of thunder this month. Metaphorically and literally. I looked everywhere, guys, for my, I always do my tuning forks. I could not find my little tuning fork mallet anywhere. It's probably rolled off somewhere out of sight. So I'm just going to do my tiny little tuning forks. These are very high pitched. So just hang in there, because these are a little bit intense. These are my angel forks, are also good for crystal tuning. They're very clearing. So let's just do these for a sec here. For some people, they're a little much, but I like them. They really cut through fog. That's how I feel with these. Whew. All right. That's good. That's very good. All right, tonight we're using Moonology, the Moonology Oracle. We're using the Queen of the Moon Oracle, and we are using the Moonology Manifestations deck, along with our regular Rider-Waite Tarot and the Everyday Tarot, to get our messages. And we are going to start with Aries. So let's go ahead and get that. All right, my Rams. All right, Aries, happy full moon. This is the full moon in Capricorn reading for Aries. Absolutely, Aries, you are going to be feeling the tension from this full moon, because Capricorn, conjunct with Pluto at the same time that it goes full, is going to be creating a square to your sign or whatever signs you have in Aries right now. Very, very strong, very, very powerful energies right now coming in for you guys. There's a lot of things that are very positive. Right now, Jupiter is in your sign, so there's a lot of positives going on for Aries, a lot of moving, a lot of expansion, a lot of coming out of stagnation. But as you know, many times that Jupiter influence can also be felt as growing pains. So it is a, going outside of your usual limitations, outside of the comfort zone. And so sometimes that can feel a little painful. Sometimes it can feel a little bit challenging. So let's get your messages, guys. Let's see what we got for Aries. Dear angels, divine beings of light, guardians, guides, ancestors, Please show us what you have for our Aries folks and Aries influenced folks out there for this full moon in Capricorn of July 2022. Anything that they need to see or feel. Keep in mind, guys, these readings are for the past, present, and future. Past energies of the last full moon, current energies of the full moon coming in now, and what's going to be unfolding over the next 30 days building up to the next full moon. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That sounds pretty promising, though. All right. So, past month, guys, this is really, yeah, I mean, this shows a lot. The emotions have been running high for you, Aries. The supermoon energy has been with you. So the last 30 days, there's been a lot of heightened sensitivity and a lot of heightened emotion. You have definitely been wearing your heart or your feelings on your sleeve. And if you've been trying to hold it back or trying to keep those emotions in check, it's been very difficult to do so. You know, depending on time, place, space, who you feel safe around, it's really better to just, you know, kind of let it all out. Or it has been better to just let it all out. Clarified by beauty. Like I said, you know, there's something very beautiful about like these breakdown energies, right? And it really does reveal like your true beauty inside, your true soul, right? And so as you do this, as you go through this, it's actually bringing a lot of pretty amazing revelations up to the surface. It may also be revealing like how you truly feel from the inside out, right? That's a real big energy there. In the current energy of what's coming in with the Capricorn full moon, we have the full moon in Virgo. You are good enough. So Aries, you're being reminded that, you know, you are worthy, to not be too self-critical of yourself, to not give in to anxiety, right? Think of all the things that Virgo traditionally struggles with, is anxiety, overthinking, being too concerned about being perfect, or, you know, really feeling like they have to live up to some unattainable or unrealistic standard, right? So this, for me, Aries, is really telling you that on and around this full moon of Capricorn, it is important for you to really be nice to yourself. Don't criticize or beat yourself up. Do what you can to release anxiety or tension. Do something good for your physical body. You know, Virgo rules agriculture, nutrition, how we eat, what we eat. So eat well, right? Rest enough. Make sure you're drinking enough water. All those healthy habits. Virgo's a sign of habits. Virgo's a very multi-layered sign. It rules a lot of things. It also rules purification and cleansing. So this could be a real detoxing kind of lunar cycle, this full moon for you, Aries. This is a lot coming in, but it's really that overreaching message to accept yourself and believe in your self-worth. Let's get a clarifier on this for you. Yeah, I mean, this is really stepping into your power. There's this real, like, powerful feminine divine here, too, with this, you know, sovereignty, the Queen of the Moon, which to me is one of the most powerful cards in this particular deck. And as you can see, you know, we've got that image of kind of the divine feminine in both of these cards. You know, she's that lunar priestess, right? So I do feel this is very much being in touch with your feelings, your intuitions, and not beating yourself up for being soft, gentle, kind, compassionate, all those feminine attributes. It doesn't matter whether you align more masculine or feminine on a spectrum. This is really encouraging you to embrace those feminine sides of yourself very strongly. And it also is putting you back in that seat of power, sovereignty, trusting in yourself. You know, there's a lot of self-confidence radiating from that card. In my, you know, just that's how it feels like. I got this, you know. Into the immediate future, a new romantic cycle begins. New moon in Libra energy. So Aries, this is that balancing act. This is your polarity sign unfolding over the next 30 days after this full moon completes. So I do feel like if you've been struggling, no matter whether you're single, coupled, in separation, whatever that situation may be, there is something new coming back around in your love life. Like something's got to be healed, something's got to be realigned. You know, for singles, Aries out there, this could be brand new love, you know, relationships or meeting somebody new, something going to the next level. To me, that's always very positive. And if you're just saying, no, this has nothing to do with relationships for me, particularly at this time, you know, that energy of the new moon in Libra could just, again, be bringing things back into karmic balance, the balance of justice and cycles being restored. Let's get into a clarifier, please. Ooh, 2 felt like they were coming out. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So powerful, right? Yeah, this full moon is very big for you. The first clarifier was the thunder moon. That is this July full moon right there. So, you know, this does bring about those winds of change. Sometimes there could be upsets or, you know, disruptions to the flow, and you feel kind of like, wow, there's a lot of chaos going on. Try not to go to extremes in relationships or in your situations here, Aries, as you go through this next 30 days, coming up to the following full moon, which will be in Aquarius. You know, and that hot moon, that's the June full moon, right? So almost feel like the next 30 days, you're really going to be processing what's been going on over the past month and the revelations that come through with this particular full moon in Capricorn. Ooh, boy. Let's get into some tarot. We're just going to lay these on top of the past, present, future columns that we've already pulled to deepen up the messages for you, Aries. Wow, power cards. Big power cards, Aries. I mean, overall, this energy is very positive. I feel like you're doing well with it as best as you can. You really are. On top of this, look at that. We've got the Emperor in the past position. So I do feel like you've really been in your power. You've really been, you know, concentrated on being a good leader, doing the very best you can. That's a lot of responsibility, right? The Emperor definitely brings in that feeling of like you're stepping up, you're taking on greater leadership. And you know, that's not always easy. That's not always easy. Sometimes that can be a real challenge to step into those stronger roles of leadership, especially when other people aren't pulling their weight and you're having to kind of lead and guide and move things forward for everyone else. It's tough. It can be. Yeah, and wow, I get the feeling, Aries, over the last 30 days, you've been having to make all the decisions. What is up with that? The 7 of Cups, like there might be choices, options, things, you know, nobody wants to make these choices, right? With the 7 of Cups, lots of options, lots of ideas. There's been a lot of procrastination, a lot of kicking around different thoughts, different feelings, different opinions. And it's like, you're like, well, I guess I got to be the one that makes the decision. And then you make a decision and maybe people aren't happy with you. And you're like, well, I had no choice because you made me have the choice, right? You made me have to do it. So I think that's really interesting. It's like, you know, whether you like it or not, you've had to be making the choices for everyone. And, you know, sometimes they like the choice you made and sometimes they don't, right? Right in the center, Aries. Look at what's coming up, though. I really feel like, in spite of the Capricorn full moon being a, you know, challenging position astrologically, there's just a lot of positivity coming through. I almost feel like, you know, your grace under pressure right now. You know, diamonds get formed through heat and pressure and time. So, you know, you're getting very strong through all this. And that Sun card, the most positive card of the tarot, is on your side, shining its light into things. So I just feel like you, yourself, like you're just feeling better within yourself. This is irregardless of what other people are doing or not doing around you. It's really positive. Yeah, it is. It's like becoming the head of the household, no matter what that position is. You know, Aries, you're such a leadership sign. Whether you align as masculine, feminine, whatever, it's like you are... You are a leadership sign, and you are that divine masculine. You're ruled by Mars. Look at that. Yes. Look at this. Oh my gosh, guys. Clarifying the sun. Queen of Pentacles. There she is, my little Capricorn queen. And this is a Capricorn full moon reading. And she is good with the money. She's making the decisions. She's setting the boundaries when it comes to finances. You know, and she's also very abundant. She's good at creating resources. She always has her little bunny right in the corner. There you go. Oh my goodness. Yeah, you bring a lot of positivity. This, for some Aries, not all, of course, because these are general, but for some of my Aries, you might be getting a new job that makes you really happy. Like you feel like, yes, I finally am stepping into this career or this job, or I'm getting a raise, or something's happening where you're like, I feel so much better about myself. It's really cool. Going into the immediate future, on top of the Libra full moon and that change, the extremes, the hot moon, we've got the Nine of Cups. So I do feel, Aries, that this next 30 days, you are very focused on manifesting dreams, wishes, goals, desires, things that you hold really dear to your heart. The 9 is not quite the 10, so it does tell you don't give up, right? You're still in cycle of getting things done, so don't give up. You are on the right track. And here's the Queen of Cups. We have the Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups. You know, the two feminine queens, the water and the earth. There's the little Scorpio queen. And, you know, again, it's strong emotional boundaries. When you got Pentacles and you got Cups, you've got strong boundaries that are, you know, really enforced with a lot of grace, a lot of sensitivity, and doing the right thing for you and listening to your own intuition, right? This is like saying, you know, I'm working on manifesting my dreams and goals. I'm not going to let anybody come in here and distract me from that with a bunch of emotional stuff, because you got your own emotional stuff going on. You'll need all that. On the bottom of the deck, Aries, we have got the Hierophant and the Temperance card, two major arcana going on. Taurus energy, Sagittarius energy. To me, this is these two together are like spiritual devotion, spiritual wisdom, knowledge, and balance, coming into balance with yourself. Because to me, the Hierophant's Taurus energy, it's getting grounded, and it is also devotion, commitment to a spiritual path. And with this, you know, Temperance is a very spiritual path. You're really trying to maintain your balance. That's what I feel through this whole read. Like, you're really trying to maintain balance. And, you know, you are being put into those leadership positions, but you're very, very up to the task. Like, you really have it. You have the ability. And if you've been questioning at all whether or not you have what it takes, the answer is yes, you do. You have absolutely what it takes. You've got that positive, radiant sun there on your side. You've got sovereignty. You've got the know-how and the ability with that Virgo energy and the Capricorn energy coming in. So, you know, I feel very good about this read for you, Aries. Let's get into a manifestation card. Let's wrap this all up and see what's manifesting for you in this full moon. Oh, wow. Yeah. And, you know, Venus is in its last degrees of Gemini right now, and you got the first quarter moon in Gemini. Speak your world into being. So I really feel, you know, Gemini, of course, is a sign of thoughts, communication, and where we focus our thoughts and our ideas. And so I feel like, you know, what you talk about and what you focus on is what you end up manifesting. You know, this is really like what you think about is what's going to become. It's a beautiful read, Aries. It was really nice. All right, let's clear the deck. Clear the table. Oh yeah, look at that. On the bottom of the deck was the last quarter moon in Capricorn. Leave the past behind. There's something that you're letting go of in the process. Yeah. That's the hard part. You know, that's the hard part. And it is that Capricorn energy right there. Hey, Daisy, I'm so happy to see you here. Thanks for staying up late with me last night with the music. That was fun. Did a music stream last night. I haven't done one in a while. It was really helpful. I started out feeling so sad and so heavy, and I ended up feeling a lot better. So it really was a good thing to do. Yeah. All right, Cancer. Happy birthday to all my Cancers. Again, you guys, you are in the, of course, yes, Marie, Libra risings definitely count tonight. Yeah, we're doing all 4 of our cardinal signs this evening. So yeah, definitely. No, Libra risings, like I said, anybody that has cardinal placements like that is feeling it. Because if you're a Libra rising, that puts Aries on your descendant, right? So, you know, think about that. And then that puts Capricorn on your soul line, Cancer on your midheaven, most likely, depending on your degrees, but that's most likely where it is. So yes, very much. As my astrology teacher Lynn would say, your rising sign is just as important as a planet, because it is a very dynamic, functional part of your chart, right? Those are the angular houses. The angular houses in your chart are the 1st, 4th, 7th, and 10th. And they are also ruled by the cardinal signs, because the 1st house is ruled by Aries, 4th house ruled by Cancer, 7th house by Libra, and 10th by Capricorn. So yeah. And Leo, Sun, and Moon. Yeah, well, it's a nice dynamic, you know. Us folks that have the Sun and the Moon in the same sign have special challenges. We do. It's not exactly the same for us. That's for sure. Oh, Tortuga. Happy birthday, Tortuga. Aww. I have my little Tortuga in the other room, my little Arthur bunny. He's my little tortoiseshell Dutch bunny, so I one of his nicknames is Tortuga because he's the little tortoise. He's my little turtle bunny. And it's so funny, Daisy. Your guy, his name is Arthur, and his nickname is Tortuga, and my bunny is Arthur, and I call him Tortuga. It is so funny. It's so funny. It's just the craziest. Like, we know there's not really coincidence, but it is hilarious to me. I love that. Love that. Yes, yes. Happy Cancer birthday. We've got about 8 to 9 more days in Cancer before it shifts over to Leo. So yeah, this is kind of that last week, the last decante of Cancer coming through. I know, Daisy. We're meant to meet. We're meant to get together and all hang out. I know, we are. Aw. It's okay if you go to sleep, Tortuga. These will be available to watch. Whenever someone's like, I gotta watch this video, I'm like, it's okay, it'll be here. It'll be here tomorrow. It'll be here for a long, long time. Until the internet is gone, you know, it'll be here. So Cancer, let's get back to you guys. Like I said, big happy birthday to all my Cancers that have already celebrated a birthday or will be or are today even. So this is going to be your reading for the full moon in Capricorn. That full moon is with us July 13th. That's when we will be properly in that full moon at 2:38 p.m. Eastern time is the exact time that full moon will be in play. So this reading is going to be all about what's coming up for you on and around these lunar cycles. I always say that Cancer, full moon or any kind of lunar readings are very important for you because you're ruled by the moon. So, you know, moon sign stuff is a big deal for you guys. It always is. It's always a little bit bigger deal for you than any other sign because you are a lunar moon child. And that's why Cancers are just like the moon. They're constant. They're usually always there. They're always there for you. But they do change. They are moody, right? You know, and I would always say, like, you know, I always use my little guidebook here that shows me what sign the moon is in each day. Like right now it's in Sagittarius. because that's the sign that comes before Capricorn. So, you know, finding out what sign your moon is in day to day can be very helpful for a Cancer, because it can help you to know, like, likely what kind of mood you might be in that day. You know, whether you're going to feel more social, more introverted. You know, Cancers are like the moon. They're always there, but they're moody. They show you different facets each day. Sometimes they're more outgoing, sometimes they're less. You know, that's the way their energy is. They're very sensitive. They rule the subconscious. So Cancer, you know, this full moon energy is a big one because it is the Capricorn, which is the opposite of your sun sign, right? It bounces off against that, you know, that sun, the sun and the moon. Cancer and Capricorn do have a lot in common. You know, they both are very security driven, very security conscious. Cancer tends to find their security more through their family and home connections. They're very much homebodies a lot of the time. Even if they enjoy travel, they'll still always come back to that home base. You know, they find their security through their emotional ties. Whereas Capricorn tends to find their security more through their work, their income, their passions, pursuits, their business. That's, you know, it's goats. So Cancer, we're going to look at it. Dear angels, divine beings of light, guardians and ancestors, let's see what we have for our fabulous Cancers out there for this full moon reading. Anything they need to see for their highest and best. And Cancer, keep in mind these are general. They don't feel like they're resonating with you. You can look at, you know, the readings that go along with either your moon sign, rising, etc. You might get more messages out of those. And this is going to be in a past, present, future layout. What we've got coming in from the last 30 days since the last full moon, what we have coming in right now with the present energy of the current full moon, and what will be coming out over the next 30 days building up to the next full moon, what will be unfolding for you. Wow. It's strong. Oh yeah, very strong. This is good. Like, you don't have to worry too much with this full moon. This is like, take it easy with this one. Immediate past, look at that, full moon in Cancer. So your power was coming through very, very strong, a personal issue reaching resolution. So Cancer, I feel like the last 30 days you're really trying to gain some sort of closure, some sort of peace, maybe cutting some ties with some negative old people or situations. Maybe there was something really deep on your consciousness or your heart that you're like, gosh, I hope this all turns out. But I feel like that is coming full circle. Like, you're really finally feeling like, oh goodness, you know, thank goodness this part is over, you know. But it's been deep. It's been deep, and it's definitely been a strong time for you. Ooh, these want to come out. Okay. Clarifying that, we have got, put them all up, we've got the assessing and the focus. So I do feel like, you know, the last 30 days, you've really been looking at you know, the future, where you want to go, what you want to do, what's the best course of action, where to direct yourself, and you've been very focused on it. Like, you've been really, really strongly focused on that energy. I would also say, as you know, the symbol of that butterfly over the forehead, I feel like there's been a lot of transformation from the inside out for you. Some of it may be like easy and it feels like good, you know, this is really coming full circle. Some of it's not so easy, right? Because anytime we have to close out a cycle and transform something or transform the way that we think, it's not always the easiest. Right in the center, we have, with the present energy of the Capricorn full moon, the void of course moon energy, nothing will come of the situation. So like I said, this is a little bit like a mini Mercury retrograde energy, void of course moons. The energy isn't as direct. So the thing that's positive about this is you don't really need to worry. If there's something you're going, oh my gosh, what's going to happen with this? Don't worry it, because, you know, nothing's going to come out of those worries or fears, right? You know, it's not going to be nearly as bad or you know, rough as maybe you're worrying it might be, that kind of thing. It also says that right around this full moon, don't push the river, Cancer. Don't push things. Relax. Don't try to get a whole lot done on and around the 13th. just try to take a break. Try to take a personal day, you know, and just take it easy. Take it easy. Don't try to initiate things. Don't try to start stuff. Just take a day or two to decompress. Yeah. And just kind of meditate on what you would like to build. This is a good time to, you know, think about what you would like to do in the future. Not a good day to try to push it forward, right? We've got the creation moon here. That's the November moon. And that's the full moon that happens when the sun's in Scorpio. So there could be something that you're, you know, working on internally or meditating on internally, and that could really gain a lot of traction by the time we get to November this year. So just keeping it, it's a very interesting energy. Might be building up to. Going into the future, the next 30 days as the full moon, you know, works its cycle out, we have the full moon in Aquarius. Show the world the real you. So Cancer, don't be afraid to be authentically yourself. Don't be afraid to just let yourself be free. Let yourself, you know, be exactly who you are. Don't try to hide or change who you are just to suit somebody else. If it makes them uncomfortable, it makes them uncomfortable. The right people are going to love you for the real you. Let's get a clarifier on that too. Ah, ha, 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 ha. Well, it could have to do with some boundaries too here, Cancer. Look at that, you know, because you might have something or someone in your situation of life where it says, you know, they're like, oh, I don't like this about you, I don't like that about you. And you're like, well, that's who I am. Just put your foot down. Put your boundaries down. You're not going to be for everyone. Not everyone's going to be for you, and that's totally okay. But protect yourself. Protect your energy. Be around people that respect and appreciate the real you, not the fake you, right? Let's get into our tarot. Let's deepen these messages up, please, for Cancer. We're just going to lay these right on top of our past, present, future cards that we already put out. Ooh, yeah, look at that. Very nice. Oh, that's such a good cards. Okay, what I love about this in the immediate past, look at the way that lines up. The Knight of Pentacles is on top. That assessment, the focus, that Cancer full moon card. This is our little turtle knight. He's the slowest moving knight of the tarot. And so, you know, he's definitely an energy that, you know, might take, you know, slow and steady wins the race, right? He really is. But he is also the most successful of the knights because he does plan things out well. So, you know, Cancer, what I would say is this last month's time that you're completing is you've been working on something slowly but surely. People might around you might be going, gosh, you're taking your time. Why are you moving so slow? You're like, look, I want to make sure that it's solid. I want to make sure that I do this right, not fast. So take your time, you know, get your stuff together. There's nothing wrong with that. Let's get our little clarifier on the Knight of Pentacles, please. He's my favorite knight because he is the most successful. He has the best outcomes because he plans the best, right? Six of Cups. Ooh, this has something to do with home, family, something to do with nostalgia. For some of you, you might be thinking about, because this is a Cancer energy card on the Six of Cups, and there was that Cancer full moon in the same column. This could be about like rebuilding a family home, creating something that brings in elements of the past that you're very nostalgic or sentimental about. You know, Cancer is a sentimental sign. They're very nostalgic for the past, you know, the good old days, right? If they had a good relationship with their parents, this is even stronger. If they didn't, that's a tough one for Cancer. When Cancers don't have a good relationship with the parents, many times it can make them feel a little ungrounded and unstable, and they really are working hard to recreate what they want to have is that wonderful feeling of home. You know, they're like, okay, my growing up wasn't the greatest. So I want to create something that feels really good going forward. That's a big deal. So yeah, this could also be some healing the inner child work, because that Six of Cups deals with that kind of thing. My cards were flipping out too. They were flying all over the place. Right in the center. I really dig this energy. With the Capricorn full moon coming in, you got the World card. Something is completing. And I don't think it's something that you had to really push. I don't think it's something you got to push on, because like we said, we got that voided course moon that's like, you know, don't push things too hard. But something's really completing a cycle. Usually for the good with this, you know, this is Saturn energy. It is Capricorn energy on the world. That's the last card of the major arcana cycle in the tarot. So it usually does indicate that, you know, an old door is closing, a new one is about to open, and you've made it through some kind of major hurdle, challenge, lesson has been learned. So I feel like this full moon is actually, it's kind of cathartic. It's kind of like, you know, finally I can let go of that old cycle. Finally I can release some things. It is very Capricorn, my goodness. A lot of Capricorn energy on this Cancer. There's a lot of balance. And I do feel, too, you may be working a little too hard. That may as well be why that void of course moon is coming in. It's like, I feel like y'all been working. You've been working a lot. You got all this Capricorn energy coming around you. And sometimes that can be a reminder. That Two of Pentacles is a big reminder to have some downtime. On and around this full moon date, the 13th. So, you know, just as much as you can, just relax, take good care of yourself, chill out, decompress. The better, the better. Do something fun. Do something fun just for yourself. Going into the immediate future, look at that beautiful star card. I love this. And notice there's a little bit of similar energy. You know, people always wonder, like, why are there so many naked people in the, in the tarot? But the naked body is a symbol of purity. It's a symbol of being authentic, genuine, you know, not being encumbered by anything of the world, right? It's really that freedom to just be yourself. And so look at what we've got. We got all those naked chicks. Like, we've got, you know, this Aquarius energy. We got the boundaries and we got the star. So I feel like this is you just really being free to be yourself, unencumbered by other people's expectations, pressure from external forces. The star card, of course, is the other most positive card of the tarot, the other being the sun. And to me, that's like, you know, the end of the dark tunnel. Like, you're coming into a lighter energy after a very difficult cycle. Let's get into a clarifier on the star, please. The star is such a beautiful card. It's Aquarius energy. It lines up perfectly with that Aquarius full moon card. It, to me, is very freeing. You know, Aquarian energy is free, it's liberated, it's independent, it's authentic, it's free to be itself. Look at that. Yeah. And stepping into your power, Cancer. Look at the Emperor there, the Aries energy, right? So again, a very strong leadership sign. You know, you may be stepping into a stronger leadership role than you previously had before. But it feels really good. And yeah, as a result, you might be putting down some personal boundaries and saying, look, you may not like it, but this is who I am. I can't change it. Sorry, here I am. On the bottom, check it out. More Aquarius energy. My goodness, Cancer. You're feeling some kind of way about being yourself. You've been fighting a long, hard battle. That's the undercurrent. You've really been putting a lot of energy into whatever it is that you're creating and protecting with that Nine of Wands. And boy, that King of Swords is like, you know, there's something very futuristic about you right now. You're definitely thinking about where you're going, where you're headed. And you really don't want a lot of negativity. You don't want to get, you know, encumbered with a lot of being bogged down in drama and things like that, because, you know, King of Swords, Aquarius energy is kind of emotionally detached. Cancer is not emotionally detached. Usually you're very emotional, but I think there's a level that's coming into your life that's very positive, because now you're still sensitive, you're still intuitive, but you're having a stronger ability to detach yourself from people and situations that aren't good for you. So that's a really nice. Gwen, you're so funny. She's like, I'll be your star card model. All right, Cancer, let's get a manifestation into this reading. Let's wrap it up. What is coming through as the summarization here, please? Nice. Ooh. The last quarter moon in Scorpio, reveal what needs to be seen, right? So this to me is like you coming out from the shadows, Cancer. I just feel like you're shedding off like some old insecurity. That's what this really, it's like some old insecurity, something that like maybe you felt kind of, I don't know, maybe even like you were trying to hide it, like you felt embarrassed or ashamed in some way, but now you're not. You're like, you know what? Maybe I didn't make the best choice in the past. Maybe this difficult thing happened to me, but I'm not going to be ashamed to confront it and be open about it anymore, because this is part of what has made me me, and I'm proud of me, right? That's what this feels like. On the bottom, full moon in Pisces. It's time to forgive. It's time to release. Beautiful, beautiful, Cancer. All those water signs supporting you there. It's nice. Oh, Gwen, you know I'm always going to end up looking up and seeing that chat. Sometimes I'm going to see it, you know. Most of the time, I'm busy doing the reads, but then later I'll look back at the chat and I'm like, oh, y'all, we're having too much fun in here. I hope that resonated with you, Tortuga, for your lunar full moon read. Oh my goodness. Aw, I just found a little bunny whisker on my table. You know, that probably is from my little Tortuga. Oh my goodness, it's a little white bunny whisker. It's hard for me to pick it up. It's very hard to see it, but there it is. He probably dropped this the last time I was in here snuggling on him. Aw. I don't know if y'all can see that little bunny whisker from my little tortoise bun. Aw. He's such a little good guy. He's the best little bunny. All right. I know. I have a lot of bunny whiskers. It's so special when one of their little whiskers drops. They don't drop them that frequent, and so when I get one, I'm like, oh, little bunny whisker. It's magic. It's magic, little bunny whisker. All right, so Libra, we are up next. I hope my Libras are doing great. As I always say, most of my best friends in real life are Libras. It's true. And it's real funny to me because I'm a Capricorn. And Capricorn and Libra square each other astrologically. So technically we shouldn't get along that good, but I get along great with my Libras. I don't know what that is. It might be because I'm almost an Aquarius. And Aquarius and Libra are both air signs and get along great. So maybe that's it. You know, I'm a rising Aquarius. I'm almost a solar Aquarius. I'm right on that cusp. So it could be what it is. But I love you guys. You're some of the best people in the world. You're great at friendship. You're great at partnership. I was telling my friend Natrina last night, who's a Libra, I said, yeah, you all are just the best. I said, you're perfect at friendship. You're perfect at, you know, balancing like advice and listening and not really being that judgmental and just being very supportive and very there for them. Yeah, I agree. I agree with you, Yuyi. She's a Libra here in the chat saying she would never date a Capricorn. I agree. I wouldn't want to date romantically a Libra, but as friends, they're freaking amazing. So yeah, absolutely. I totally am there with you. So Libra, this is going to be your reading for the full moon in Capricorn. That full moon is going to be with us July 13th, 2022 at 2:38 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And this reading is for the past, present, future. So this is going to look at the last 30 days or so, what was coming through with the last full moon in Sagittarius, what's coming through presently with the full moon in Capricorn, and what's going to be coming through and unfolding over the next 30 days for you guys. Dear angels, divine beings of light, guardians, and ancestors, please let's see what we have for our beautiful Libras. Anything they need to see for their highest and best good on and around this full moon in Capricorn of July 2022. Yeah, ooh. Really nice energy here, guys. I like this. Immediate past, the last 30 days. What do you need to release? The waning moon. So I feel like this last 30 days, Libra, you have been letting go of a lot of stuff. You've been letting go of a lot of things. A lot of elements of your life are either, you know, kind of passing away, whether they're subconsciously or consciously doing that. You know, it could be a little bit of both. Could be a little bit of both. Very naturally happening. So anything that you've needed to release, you could be coming to the end of that cycle right now. Let's get a clarifier on this, please, for Libra, the waning moon. Yeah. Oh, I see what it is you're letting go. That's so clear right there. With the long night moon, the darkness, which I love this card because look, a little bunny in the corner. But this is the full moon of December, the long night's moon. It's a bit of a loneliness. It's a bit of an, you know, isolated feeling. So what you're letting go of is a loneliness. I think that you aren't feeling as lonely as you maybe have in the past, Libra. And so you're letting go of that sense of isolation, that sense of kind of being alone in the cold and having to tough it out constantly. I feel like you're just feeling the support of your friends, your family, or your loved ones more strongly than ever at this point. And as a result, you know, I think that mindset is changing. It's like, instead of feeling, oh, I'm always alone, I don't have a partner, I don't have a friend, I don't have someone to hang out with, that's shifting. That's really shifting. You may feel like, you know, you have people around you so much more than you have in the past. It's really good. Right in the center, what's coming through with the Capricorn full moon itself, the gibbous moon, you're very close to achieving your goals. The gibbous moon is, you know, the cycle that we're in right now, right before the moon goes full. So, you know, we're coming up to that completion. We're coming up to that, you know, fulfillment of a cycle. Capricorn energy is also a leadership energy, right? Both cardinal signs. So this is very, very strong for you. And I feel like, you know, this energy almost reminds me of the Nine of Cups in the tarot. It's kind of like, don't give up. You're so close to achieving those dreams and goals, right? So don't get, you know, don't get discouraged. Don't get complacent. Keep it up. You're on the right track. You're on the right path. Let's get into a clarifier on this, please, for Libra. Look at that. It's going to be a beautiful manifestation, too. Libras always make everything more beautiful because they're ruled by Venus. So you might be really focusing now. You might have kind of like, say you're building something, just metaphorically speaking, say you're building a business. And, you know, it's like the basic structure and everything's in place. Now it's time to kind of beautify the space. Now it's time to make it aesthetically pleasing, right? It's sort of like that finishing process where it's like, all right, we got the basics down. Now it's time to make it pretty. And Libras are great at that. They know what looks good. They're excellent. They make great, like, interior designers, fashion designers, whatever it is. They're very good at aesthetics, beauty, art. Going into the immediate future, the next 30 days as this unfolds, look at that. Look at the bigger picture. Full moon in Sagittarius, you know, that was our full moon of last month. So I feel like whatever you were starting or doing, you know, a month ago, it's really coming full circle over this next month. You know, you're starting to feel it a lot more. And Sagittarius energy is all about expansion. It's all about good luck. It's ruled by Jupiter. So yeah, there's something very lucky that's, you know, unfolding. And anytime you feel like you're seeing things too close up, anytime that you feel like you're only seeing the tiny little critical details, it's time to pull back and look at the big picture, look at the whole. Because, you know, that energy is all about looking at The broad scheme of things, not the just tiny little stuff. It's Wheel of Fortune kind of energy. Let's get a clarifier on this, please. Yeah, look at that. You know, like I said, I felt that. Dang it. It's like, there it is, the fear card, right? It's that waxing gibbous. So it's kind of like, to me, anytime you feel fearful at all, like Libra, you might be having a feeling like, is this too good to be true? When's the other shoe going to drop? You know, it's like you might be fearful that the good things that are happening are not for you, or they're somehow going to be taken away. But I do feel like there's a reason why you're confronting these fears, and it's important. It's a good thing that you're like working through this. I don't remember who had Kali in their readings for the monthlies. You might want to go back and look at it, Libra, and see if that's who you had. But I pulled this card for myself. When I did like my personal reading for my July forecast, that's the spirit guide I got, was Kali. And she is about what? Facing fear, right? A couple signs had that spirit guide for July. You know, just facing down the fears and being like, you know what? It's okay. I might be afraid of this, but I'm going to keep going. Right, Yui, I feel you, hun. Oh my goodness, yeah, she's in the live chat right now. Yeah, I totally understand this, Yui. I think a lot of us are struggling with that right now. It's like when you've had a lot of disappointments and you've had a lot of things, you know, that you're happy about be yanked away from you. It's like rug, you know, being pulled out from under you, feeling. And so I feel like there's a natural cynicism and fear that can set in, a natural caution. And it's not wrong to be cautious. It's not wrong to take things slowly, one step at a time. But we don't want to get so deeply ingrained that we can't accept when anything good happens to us, because we're immediately going, oh, it's too good to be true. That's just going to go away too. All right. You know, I don't want us to get into that. And I don't want you all to get into that. It's very tough, though. I feel like a lot of us are really facing that down. Like, it is a big thing right now. Let's get into some tarot, please, for Libra. Let's clarify all these cards with the tarot. We're just going to deepen these messages. Same layout, past, present, future, guys. Wow. Oh, yeah. Yes, 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 yes. Okay. Yeah, you've started some big new cycle. This last month with the Two of Wands, Aries energy, it's like there's those doors opening. Some of them you're doing on your own, and some of them you're doing as a partnership or a team. But yeah, this is changing, right? See, that loneliness cycle is changing. That isolated cycle is changing. And you've got some new stuff that you're doing that you probably feel pretty positive about here. Ooh, yeah. For some of you, it is a relationship, business partnership, new emotional soulmate connection. Feels really nice with the Two of Cups. And if that hasn't happened, or you're like, nah, I'm single, haven't met anybody, this can also be a card of heart healing, because you've got that caduceus in the middle there. This can also just be healing your own heart, taking the steps that lead you forward to that. 2 and 2, really nice. In the immediate present, the energy coming in with a Capricorn full moon, yeah, there it is. And I told you, you know, this is a little square energy, so it can cause that friction. But the Tower card is, to me, very positive friction, because it takes away anything that's not a solid, strong foundation for you. It removes it, it reworks it, and it rebuilds you from the inside out. It's ruled by Mars, this card. So it is about action. It is about movement. It's not about standing still. So things are in motion with this Capricorn moon. Sometimes it could feel chaotic, disruptive, or unexpected, right? Because the Tower can be those like shocking changes, like, oh my gosh. But usually my feeling is Tower moments, we kind of saw them coming most of the time. We're like, oh yeah, I knew that wasn't solid. I knew that wasn't meant to last. So I feel like, you know, Spirit's really making sure, Libra, that you're building things on a solid foundation, not a shaky one. Yeah, you've worked hard. I mean, you are working hard. You're working hard to protect and fight for what it is that you're creating and what you're working towards with that Nine of Wands. it is a little bit tiring, this combination. So I would say Libra, on and around that full moon, make sure you take a little break for yourself. Get some downtime, get some extra rest, make whatever adjustments that you feel that you need to make, so that you're not caught as much off guard by that Tower energy. Going into the future, on top of the Sagittarius full moon and the Fear card, we have the Six of Pentacles. That is one of your own cards. This is Libra and Taurus energy on this card. And so Libra, I do feel that part of how you're going to get through this the best is by equal give and take, right? This is reciprocal energy. This says, you know what, if someone really wants to be in my life, they're going to contribute good things to my life. It's not just going to be one-sided. It's not going to be me doing everything and them just being along for the ride. Same in business, same in love, same in friendship, same in partnership, right? There needs to be that reciprocity of energetic exchange. It's not a tit for tat thing, but we know when we're in that energetic flow. Let's get a clarifier on the Six of Pentacles, please. And my stomach is already growling. And there she is. There it is. Libra, absolutely. This is about equal give and take and honoring your own boundaries, especially financially. If there's anybody coming at you asking for money or a loan, really feel that out. Only do it if you're cool with not getting it back. And maybe only do it if you know that this is a person that's good for it, or they're going to reciprocate in some kind of positive way back. You don't have to feel like you're obligated to give something away. Wow. Yeah, you're definitely going to be kind of standing your ground on something. That's that Nine of Wands too. There's something that you're kind of like, you know, I'm tired of being pushed around. I'm tired of my good nature being taken advantage of. There's, oh yeah. Oh yeah, with the Seven of Wands, that's very like, it's a strong defensive energy, like standing up for yourself if you feel like someone's kind of coming at you. You know, because you're like, I've created this. I made this myself. I worked hard for this. And now you coming in wanting to take a bite of it? Only if you're worthy. Only if you're worthy of it. Yeah. That's what you're feeling here, Libra. Let's get a couple manifestation cards on this reading, guys. Oh my goodness. Let's summarize for Libra what this full moon is about. Yeah, look at that. It's even in your own sign. See that? Last quarter moon in Libra. Make time for self-love. Yeah, take good care of you. Oh my goodness. You're not nearly as alone as you have been in the past here, Libra. But make sure that you're being good to you, because many times, you know, Libras suffer from that same thing that Pisces suffers from a lot of the time, is that they just give so much to others. They don't put themselves first nearly enough. On the bottom, very bright, very beautiful energy, was the new moon in Leo. So it's time to shine. With the new moon energy, I feel like there's a new cycle of self-confidence and self-worth coming in along with this. Both of these feel like self-love. You know, let yourself just be really, really taken care of. And take good care of you. Very nice. All right, guys. It's goat time. Oh. It's a lot, y'all. That's a lot. I wish I had my full moon light. I don't know where that thing got off to. I always brought my full moon light. But Capricorn, this is your reading. That's right, you ye. Aw. All right, goaties. We know this has been tough, guys. Capricorn, Every time the moon has been in our sign for the last almost 13 years, it has been bumping up against Pluto's energy, guys. It's Capricorns, we've been through some strong, difficult cycles. Yeah. Because Pluto started its journey in Capricorn late 2007. It will be completing that journey in March 2023. And I tell you, it's a powerful time. It's been a very powerful time for Capricorn, but it's also been very intense, transformative, life and death and rebirth cycles. So Capricorn, wow. This is your full moon. That's going to be with us on July 13th, 2022 at 2:38 p.m. Eastern Time. That's when it will be in its proper aspect. So Capricorn, this is your full moon. Let's get into it. We will be doing a past, present, future layout with some lunar oracle and the tarot. If you find this doesn't particularly resonate with you, check things like your moon sign, your rising, etc. You can watch the readings that go along with those as well. All right, goats. Let's see what we got. So the past will be the last 30 days since the last full moon, approximately. Present energy will be the full moon coming in for you right now, what you're bringing in. And the next, you know, the future will be the next 30 days or so till the next full moon. Dear angels, divine beings of light, guardians, and ancestors, please show us our fabulous Capricorns for the full moon in their sign for July 2022. Anything they need to see for their highest and their best. Thank you so much as always. Nice. Wow. Woo! Capricorn! What's going on with y'all? This is so good. Immediate past, Capricorn, you've had a lot of good ideas lately. Or you've been manifesting something. You've been putting the seeds in the ground. New moon in Taurus, prosperity lies ahead. We love to see that. Love to see that. So Capricorn, I feel like maybe you feel like things have been moving a little slower, but hang in there. Hang in there. It's building. Some of you might have even started a new business or started a new phase of a business, something like that. And you might be, you know, building things up. You might be building things up to a really prosperous outcome. So that's a very nice thing to see. Let's get into a clarifier for this for Capricorn. What is this around? What is this prosperity surrounding for Capricorn? Ooh, well, Capricorn, oh my goodness, double abundance. There's something y'all have been really putting in the effort, the intention, something, because we got that Hunter Moon, the card of abundance and prosperity. So you've definitely been focused on that. And I feel like, you know, even if you're not completely aware of it, things have probably been working behind the scenes for you. I would also say, you know, the Hunter Moon is usually the moon that's associated with September, October. So by the time that we get into the energy of autumn, you may be really seeing the things that you have worked at the last 30 days or so come into greater abundance, greater physical manifestation. So if you're not seeing it right now, not seeing it next month, hang in there till the autumn. That may be when it really starts to pop. Going into the immediate present, look at that, Capricorn. Full moon in Capricorn for you. Believe in the impossible with the blue moon. Beautiful, beautiful energy, Capricorn. That's to me like, you know, dream the impossible dream. Expect the unexpected. Believe in the miracles. You know, if something, you know, might, like, just like what Libra was going through, it's like, it might feel like it's too good to be true, but be like, you know what? Maybe this really is for me. You know, and I feel that this is really strong, a strong message for Capricorn right now, because Capricorns are not people who generally are big believers. They don't take things on faith, and they usually don't believe in much of anything unless they can really see it. You know, it's like, don't tell me, show me. That's Capricorn. So this is really encouraging you to have some faith, to believe in the impossible, Capricorn. You might go, I'd love that to happen, but I don't know if that could happen, right? You know, I don't think it can happen. Just entertain it. Be like, well, what if it could happen? see where you go from there, Capricorn. This is your full moon, and that's a very beautiful card to get for the present energy. So let's get a clarifier. What's this blue moon about for Capricorn? Wow, take action, Capricorn. This is not time to sit things out or wait them out. Look at that. Yes. So when it comes to that, you know, believing in the impossible or having that big goal or that big dream, do not be afraid to act towards it. Woo! And it's a waxing gibbous in that card. So really building up to something positive, but you can't sit on the sidelines. You've got to take action towards it. Going into the immediate future, the next 30 days after this full moon in Capricorn completes, is a new romantic cycle begins, new moon in Libra. And this to me is such a beautiful energy, whether you're single, coupled, separated, having a challenge in a relationship, because to me this means there's healing potential for singles, there's new romantic partners on the way, and if you feel like Capricorn, you're going, love is okay, you know, partnerships will fight. But this could also be karmic balance, because Libra is the scales of justice. This is like if something wrong has happened, things are being made right for you. Oh, Capricorn. Let's get a clarifier on this new moon in Libra, please, for the goats. Look at that. Yes. Oh my gosh, guys. I love this reading for us Capricorns. We've got the balance card in here. Look at the same vibe. Libra scales, Libra scales. So yeah, something's coming back into balance this next 30 days. Yeah, something's been really out of whack for Capricorns. That's the feeling I get. Like something may have been really feeling out of whack, and it's like finally you feel like things start to come back into balance. Oh, strong Libra energy, strong equal give and take, strong reciprocity, justice, karma being dealt. This is wrongs being righted, Capricorn. Wow, let's get into your tarot next. We're just going to deepen these messages and lay these down on top of the cards we've already pulled, past, present, future. Wow. Wow, Capricorn. Yeah. I do feel this so much, guys. Oh my goodness. So in the immediate past, look at this. Prosperity, abundance. What have you been struggling with? It's this Five of Pentacles. For a lot of my Capricorns, you have felt like I've worked so hard. I put in so much effort. Where's my darn money? Like some of you have been really feeling the financial constraints, or you have been feeling really left out in the cold, either financially or emotionally, right? You know, many times in this Five of Pentacles, it's like we've got these two folks, you know, these two soulmates, these two friends, these two partners, and they're separated from each other. They feel out in the cold, and it's really about making this choice to come in from the cold, Capricorn. Don't stay out there and just try to tough it out. Reach out for help, reach out for friends, reach out for support. Don't try to just be like, I'm just going to stay out here in the snow. Don't do it. You know, this is time to kind of change your fate. This is kind of time to change the destiny energy, because, you know, prosperity and abundance are right around that darn corner. But you've been feeling a scarcity, maybe of both, like emotional abundance and generosity and financial abundance. Like that's something you've been feeling. Yeah, it's time to work together with others, right? It's not time to isolate, Capricorn, with the Three of Pentacles. This is about joining forces with like-minded people. And really, you know, like finding your team. Finding your team. I know this is cheesy. You're going to cringe. I'm going to cringe a little by saying it, but the teamwork makes the dream work. I know, but it's true. It's true. It does. If you want your dreams to be manifest reality, you got to join forces with people that have the same vision, the same passion, the same desire, the same goals. It's going to get you out of that feeling of loneliness, isolation, and scarcity. Look at what's coming up in the future, Capricorn, right now. Did I say your moon, the full moon, is sitting right on top of Pluto. The Pluto is the ruler of Scorpio, and there's our Scorpio card right there, the Death card. Major transformations, major changes of reversals of fate, fortune. There could be something big that you're letting go of here, Capricorn, right now, but you're taking action towards it. Death is a powerful card. It can be a tough card, but it's a powerful card. It's very, very good because the sun is rising in the distance. You might have really been letting go of some major elements of your life, certain relationships, situations, toxic work environment, whatever it is. Oh my goodness, Capricorn, I feel every inch of this reading. I don't know about y'all, but I do. Let's get a clarifier, please, on this Death card for Capricorn. What is this big transformation about for them? Yeah, oh, I like to see this. Literally, it's the death of disappointments and loss. Like, you're not going to have to grieve forever, Capricorn. Whatever you've lost, whatever has changed, whatever you've had to let go of, you know, there's going to be an end to this grieving cycle. That's what I feel. There's an end to this grieving cycle. Holy cow. Okay, you can't make this up. The next card I pulled right after that, the Justice card. There it is. Libra, balance, wrongs being made right, karma being distributed, relationships, partnerships. Yeah, things are getting cleared up. All right, into the future, Capricorn. On top of that Libra new moon and the balance card, we've got the Seven of Wands. So you're kind of defensive going into this next 30 days, no doubt. You've got your walls up a little around your personal energy, your personal space. You're being very careful about who you let in. Pick your battles wisely. You don't have to fight with everyone, okay? You don't have to fight with everyone, but some people, they ain't getting back in. They're not getting back in. And if they want back in, they're going to have to prove it. They're really going to have to prove it by changing their ways and doing a lot better than they have in the past. Let's get a clarifier on this Seven of Wands for our Capricorns. What are these walls up for? What are this defensive energy? Four of Swords. Take a break. Take a little time out for yourself, Capricorn. I think a big reason that you have felt very defensive is because you have been fighting a lot of battles. There's been a lot coming at you. Stuff that you don't necessarily even deserve. Right? It's just been like one thing after another. And so Four of Swords is kind of telling you, Capricorn, step back. Don't engage in the battle, right? Rest, relax, refresh. Bring yourself back into balance here. Wow. On the bottom, look at this. The Eight of Cups. You've left something behind. Death card and Eight of Cups. There's been something big that you have moved away from. Could be someone's energy. Could be a relationship. Could be work. But you're continuing your journey. Look at that with the Knight of Pentacles. You are definitely continuing your journey. You are not quitting. Knight of Pentacles, like I said earlier, we talked about him. My favorite knight of the tarot. Slow but steady wins the race. Very strong energy for you, Capricorn. You might move slower than other signs, but your results are always better, and they're more long-lasting. Your success is greater because you take your time. Don't let anyone push you too hard. You know, this is a lot. This is so beautiful. There's some good energy in here. Let's get a couple manifestation cards on this for our Capricorns. What is changing? How to summarize all of this energy for them. Wow. Yeah. First quarter moon in Scorpio. Release blocks. Release your blocks. Any blockages, any things that have been in your way, challenging you. Yeah, it's time for those to go. And you won't believe, I mean, the Libra energy on this reading is off of the chain. Full moon in Libra, find a balance. Look at that. So we had the new moon in Libra, we had the balance card, we had the justice card. Yeah, there's a lot of things being brought back into balance for you, Capricorn. And, you know, it's because a lot of things have been out of balance. You know, a lot of things have been out of balance. They're being brought back in. This is intense, y'all. But you know, with the Five of Pentacles, the Five of Cups, yeah, there's definitely been some disappointment, some sadness, some letdowns, some real grieving going on. But that cycle's ending. That cycle's, you know, I don't think it's going to last a super long time. Because there's new good stuff coming in. You know, there's new positive vibes coming in. You know, definitely... You know, it's I don't ask Capricorn to believe in the impossible all the time, but give yourself a minute or two to do that. Give yourself some time to kind of believe in the impossible, right? The good stuff. Yeah, that was our last read for tonight. I did the cardinal signs: Aries, Cancer, Libra, Capricorn. If there is anybody who wants a personal read, those are $15 minimum donation. You can do through the super chat, or you can do through one of my links below in the description box. And I can do one real quick for you if you're interested. But I will be back on tomorrow night as well. Tomorrow night we're going to do our mutable signs. And our mutable signs are Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces. So tomorrow will be our 4 mutable signs. And then the following night we're going to do our fixed signs, which is Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. So those are the ones we're going to be doing in order. It's just a lot easier for me to do it this way, guys. You know, instead of having to do like 12 pre-recorded videos and uploads for each sign, and it's easier than doing like all of them at once in a long live stream. Those are just exhausting. So this has been a really good way for me to get all these done without wearing myself out too much. Oh, the funny story. Thanks for reminding me, Marie. This was hilarious. Okay. It was kind of frustrating at first, but then it was like really funny. Okay. So my mom, I fixed a dinner for us last night. I did our whole, like, our Southern food, like all my dad's favorites. I did fried chicken, black-eyed peas, collard greens, biscuits, all of that. And so I asked her, I fixed, you know, I prepped the collards, I put them in this big pot, and I said, could you take care of these? Because I'm doing all the other stuff down here. I'm kind of busy. And I said, they're already ready to go. Just put them on the burner. And she knows exactly how to do them. So she's like, yeah, no problem. So she goes ahead and she's got the collard greens. And she lives, you know, we're a split level house. So she's upstairs. I'm downstairs cooking. She's got them. And I was downstairs and I said, Mom, everything's ready. Are the greens ready? She's like, oh, yeah. She's like, let me get them. And she's at the top of the stairs. And I don't know what happened. She slipped something. She dropped the pot of the collard greens. And I look up, and this pot comes flying, bouncing down the stairs. I was like, what the fuck? And she was like, oh my God. I was like, oh no. I was like, that did not just happen. This whole pot came flying down the stairs. I know, I felt so bad. I was like, Mom, are you okay? She's like, no, I'm fine. She's like, but the collars are not. I was like, darn it. The funniest part, yeah, she's fine. Oh, she was fine. She was like, either I was gonna fall or the pot was gonna fall. She's like, and so I let it be the pot. I was like, all right, yeah, no burns. She's totally fine. But, you know, it's so funny because I had bought 2 bushels of collard greens. And I don't usually do that. So I was like, oh, I guess, like, somehow they knew. Somehow Spirit knew that the first pot was going to fall down the stairs. But it was actually kind of darn hilarious. I just, you know, at first it was like, oh, darn it. She was like, she felt so bad. But I was like, well, it's okay. But it's just such a funny thing. I was like, Mom, that pot came flying down the stairs. I was like, it was something out of like a movie. You're like, what the heck is that? Like, you're just like, Like you're seeing something you just didn't expect to see. It's like, ah, what? It's like bounce, bounce. Yeah, well, we're both Capricorns. She's like, it was either the greens or me, so I let the greens go. Some of them were okay though. Some of them actually landed like in the top of the pot, so like we were able to have enough to eat from them. But oh my god, it was really crazy funny. And so like yeah, unfortunately yes, my stairs are carpeted, so like there wasn't too much fluid because you don't put too much water in the greens when you steam. It's kind of like they're steamed down, right? With just a little water in the bottom. You bring it to a really quick boil, then you lower it, just let it simmer down. That's how you do, you know, that's an easy way to do collards. Let them simmer for about 10-15 minutes. It's very, very easy. But it was just hilarious. It was hilarious, like, after the fact. Yeah, I know. We gotta clean the stairs. I said to my mom, you know, the old Jeff Foxworthy, you might be a redneck jokes. I said, if you have collard green juice soaked into the carpet on your stairs, you might be a redneck. So that's just, you know. But we had a good night, and now I have a hilarious story about the collard pot flying down the stairs. It was quite a sight, because it was a big pot. It was boing. I was like, what? It's flying downstairs. Never a dull moment. Just never a dull moment. Oh my gosh. So y'all, have a great night. Don't drop the collards. Pick up that chicken leg and don't drop the collards. And I will see you tomorrow night. Oh, they're really good, Daisy. It's a little bit, they're not quite as stringent as like a turnip green. They're real good. They're kind of like a cross between a turnip green and kale. It's a similar vibe to kale. But it's a little different flavor, but it's a similar thing. They're real good for you. It's a dark green, big dark green leafy vegetable, like spinach, kale, you know, all those good dark green leafies. They're very, very healthy for you. Yeah, they're good. And they're good with black-eyed peas. That's just what I fix them with. All right, darlings, I don't do that part, Marie. I don't do the bacon, and that's part of what probably does make them a little healthier. I just do salt, pepper, butter, and they're real good. Yeah, you can sprinkle onion on top. They're good that way too. Yeah. I always cook onions into the black-eyed peas, so it kind of all goes together. I like to put them together in a bowl, and it's delicious. All right, guys. I'll be seeing you tomorrow around a similar time, maybe a little earlier, but I will be back. I'll be back, and we'll be doing our mutable signs tomorrow night. So have a wonderful rest of your evening and a good rest, and I'll be seeing you then. Dragon out.